Europe needs to get its house in order and choose order above chaos. That's some of the messages coming out of this year's Brussels Economic Forum that's taking place today in the Belgian capital. Around 1,000 delegates have gathered to take part in the European Commission's flagship annual economic gathering. Well, I'm joined now from Brussels by our correspondent Maeve McMahon. Hello to you, Maeve. So tell us more about what this forum is about and what it's hoping to achieve.
Well, this forum is the European Commission's answer to Davos, if you like. Their mini Davos. It's been taking place for the last 19 years here in Brussels, and it's a chance for them to have a chat with people from all over Europe and beyond and take a look at the state of the world, the state of the economy, and the state, of course, of Europe and the Eurozone. And they've invited a number of people along to give some advice, like my guest here who's with me now, who just spoke on a panel. It's Arancha González. She's the Executive Director of the International Trade Centre, the Geneva-based organisation. So thank you for speaking to Euronews. And first of all, share that advice that you just shared on the panel about the fact that Europe needs to get its house in order.
Well, Europe needs to get its house in order to be able to shape governance internationally. There is a big geopolitical fight between the US and China ongoing, and Europe has a role to play in stabilizing, in building a more resilient global international system. But for that, it has to put its house in order.
Well, when EU heads of state get together, and they will be getting together here in Brussels at the end of the week, all they do is they tend to squabble. You know, that's not really what you want them to do right now.
No, I don't think it's fair to say they're squabbling, but it's true that there are pressing needs. The first pressing need is to get EU leadership in place as soon as they can. Strong leadership, diverse leadership that can hit the ground running. Second task is obviously the to-do list that Europe has internally, from rethinking its own social safety nets with big disruption of digital coming into the workplace. This needs to be rethought. Building on the ecological transition, making Europe a leader in the fight against climate change, and completing its financial and economic integration, because if Europe is to weigh internationally, the euro has to have a bit more firing power internationally.
And that's, of course, where Italy, the problem child, comes in.
Well, there are difficulties with a number of member states. There are a number of areas of risk. There are a number of unfinished business. We've got, obviously, the economic situation in Italy. We've got Brexit on the UK side. These are all priorities for the European Union as they want to shape the international order. They can only do that if they are feeling strong at home. And in order to do that, they have to, again, put this house in order.
And just briefly, as a trade expert, can you describe what a no-deal Brexit scenario would look like?
Well, it would look like big chaos. Starting for the UK, because leaving an integrated market without an agreement would mean disruption for business, disruption for investors, disruption for consumers, each and every one of UK citizens, but it would also mean disruption for the rest of the European Union. Another downside risk in an economy that is already facing numerous risks, in particular on the trade front, on the economic front, with revision of growth and investment figures downwards, which does not make for a good economy.
Okay, and inclusive growth is a word that we're hearing a lot today. Well, Arancha González, thank you so much for speaking to Euronews.
Maeve, thank you.